Welcome. Now I am going to discuss on the Raymond's theory of earth pressure. Okay. So before going to the concept of the Raymond's theory of earth pressure, I need to take a small introduction concept on what are the theories have involved to determine the earth pressure. Okay. So what are the theories have involved in the earth pressure means? So we have four types of theories. So what are those four types means? Number one is Rankins. Number one is Rankins. Number two is the Coulombs. Next, number three is the Rabans. And last, number four is the Kalmans. Okay, Kalmans. So we have discussed these two theories. So what are those theories? Rankins theory and Coulomb's theory. And in this concept we are going to discuss on the Rabans theory. Okay. So here these two theories are also called as a analytical method. Okay, analytical method. Okay, so and these two theories are called as a graphical method. Okay, so what are the analytical methods to determine the earth pressure means? We have to give the answer Rankins theory and Coulomb's theory. And what are the graphical methods to determine the earth pressure theory means? We have to give the answer Rabans and Kalmans. Okay, so why we are calling as a analytical method for these Rankins and Coulombs means because these two persons Rankins and Coulombs have determined the earth pressure in a detailed expression and next detailed assumption. Okay, in a detailed expression, in a detailed assumptions, in a detailed derivation parts. So that's why we are giving as an analytical method for these two concepts. Okay, here we know, so Rankins has taken, so nothing but in a general condition where cohesionless soils, next cohesive soils and inclined surface. While coming to the Coulomb's wedge soil, I have given a video lecture in the previous class. Okay, I have prepared a video lecture for the Coulomb's theory of earth pressure. Okay, in the Coulomb's theory, what is the main assumption point means? He has taken a sliding wedge failure. So with that sliding wedge failure, he has determined the earth pressure. Earth pressure means nothing but PA or PP or KA and KP. Okay, these are the earth pressures. Okay. Now come to the graphical presentation. So here why we are calling this a graphical presentation for these two theories means, here Rabans and Kalmans, these two persons, so have determined the earth pressure theory which depended on the Coulomb's wedge theory. Okay, same Coulomb's wedge theory. So these two persons, by the reference of the Coulomb's wedge theory, they had taken a sliding wedge failure. Okay, so beside the title, see a small figure. Okay, see a small figure. So this is a retaining wall, and this triangular portion which we are seeing now, so that is, we know that is a this triangular portion which you are seeing, so that is a sliding wedge failure. So same as that for Rabans theory and Kalmans theory. So these two persons have depended on the Coulomb's wedge theory. But why they have given the graphical presentation or to find on the sliding wedge theory means, here Rabans given a 1 point. Rabans has given a 1 point. What is that point means? So in the sliding surface, okay, so this is the sliding surface now. So this is the sliding wedge point. So in this sliding surface, when the load is acting, so there will be a critical failure plane is developed. Okay, so which I have mentioned here, the dotted line, which is BF. This is a critical failure plane. So this critical failure plane is developed. How it was developed means, it depends on the maximum failure wedge. Okay, this is the maximum failure wedge. So these two conditions he has taken to determine the earth pressure. Okay, to determine the earth pressure. Okay, so now here I am going to give how the graphical presentation should use in this sliding wedge by Rabans theory. Okay, right. And next video I will next, so this is the Kalman's theory of the earth pressure. So in next video I will give the whole concept of the Kalman's theory of earth pressure, right? Okay, so here in 1871 Rayburn has entered to determine the earth pressure theory, which depended on the Coulomb's wedge theory. Okay, so Coulomb's wedge, by the reference of the Coulomb's wedge theory, he has taken Rayburn has determined to determine the earth pressure theory. So why he has taken means, so there will be a critical failure plane is developing in the sliding plane. Okay, what is the here sliding plane means? Nothing but so this is the sliding plane. This is the sliding plane. So how it will be developed means, so we know the concept of the shear strength. No, in previous lecture video of Coulomb's theory I have explained, when the load is applying on the soil surface, so an internal friction is developing inside the soil surface. So due to the angle of the internal friction, so this sliding plane is developed. So that's why he has taken phi dash. Okay, that's why he has taken phi dash. Okay, so here Rayburn has taken, so Rayburn has considered what means, so there will be critical failure plane is developing in this sliding plane. So where the critical failure plane is developing means he has given by this graphical presentation. Okay, right. So in statement, Rayburn's given the statement to determine the total active earth pressure to find the PA by locating the slip plane BD at an angle phi dash by graphical method. So previously I have mentioned, previously I have explained about this concept. So okay, so this is the maximum wedge failure. So due to this maximum wedge failure, the critical failure plane is developed. So how it will be developed means I will explain in the graphical presentation. Okay, right. So here when maximum failure wedge is developed, so he has taken this area. What the area? NEF. Okay, what the area? NEF. NEF is the maximum failure wedge area. So by taking this area, he has founded where from triangle NEF, he find out PA equals to rho into area of NEF means nothing but gamma into half into NE into next E. This is the point we don't know, so that's why we are taking as a perpendicular, naming as a X. Okay, so what is the area of this triangle? Half into L into height. Okay, half into L means nothing but length of the maximum failure wedge, and next X means this is the unknown, we don't know. Okay, so but so X means X is the perpendicular distance of the F point, F to perpendicular distance of the NE point, so NE plane. Okay, so like that, by taking these two concepts, so by taking these two dimensions, he has found out the formula. So the formula is nothing but equal to the Coulomb's theory. Okay, the formula is equals to the Coulomb's theory. Okay, so in Rayburn's and Kalman's, these two persons have given the graphical presentation on the earth pressure. No, so these two persons have determined the formula, which is same equals to the Coulomb's wedge theory. So if you want, you can check here. If you want, you can check here. So see here, so this is the Coulomb's wedge theory formula. Okay, we got PA equals to half into KA rho H square. So here also PA equals to half into KA rho H square. Next, what is the KA means? Active earth pressure. So here in the Coulomb's wedge theory, this is the Coulomb's wedge theory. Okay, for this is the Rayburn's theory. Okay, here see the Ka formula. So check here in previous condition, so which is equal. So okay, shall we move for the graphical presentation? Right. So this is the graphical presentation of a Rayburn's theory. Okay, so this is the graphical presentation of the Rayburn's theory. So if you want to draw in on a spot time, so please noted these points. Otherwise I have kept in the otherwise I have kept this material in description link. You can download it. Okay, right. So first of all, you want to practice it on the spot by explanation means, so write write these points. Okay, so first one means draw a retaining wall with inclined back wall beta and having vertical height. Okay, so come here. So this is a retaining wall. Okay, this is the retaining wall at a vertical height where the inclined backfill. Okay, next second one, draw the sliding wedge failure which considers Coulomb's wedge theory. So in Coulomb's wedge theory we know the sliding wedge, no? So this is the sliding wedge theory. So same, so by taking the references of the Coulomb's wedge theory, draw a retaining wall with inclined back wall. Okay, with inclined back wall at an angle beta with a vertical head, and draw this sliding wedge. Okay, draw this sliding wedge. So same figure I have mentioned here. Okay, so here we get I means nothing but to slope angle. Okay, I means nothing but to, this is I, nothing but to I is slope angle. Okay, next phi means nothing but to angle of sliding wedge failure. Okay, so this is the phi, angle of sliding wedge failure. Okay, this is the sliding wedge failure. Next, this is one, inclined line at horizontal ground surface. Okay, next phi means nothing but beta minus delta. So how this beta minus delta means nothing but angle of earth pressure line. Okay, in Coulomb's wedge theory I have given the detailed expression how the beta minus delta will be developed means I have given the detailed explanation in Coulomb's wedge theory. Okay, so for example, see here, active pressure is developing at an angle delta. So how the sign will be developing means when the load is applying on a vertical downward direction. So that's why I have taken a dotted line in a vertical downward direction. So we need to find this angle. So this angle is nothing but beta minus delta. For this beta minus delta I have kept the sign. So for this is so this is the angle of earth pressure line. So in the third point also, so we are drawing a earth pressure line which is depending on this BD plane. Okay, right. So 2 points are completed. Next, third point, draw BL line at an angle psi or at an angle psi from point B and draw a semicircle. Okay. Okay. So third point is, what is the third point? So take the scale and rounder and protractor. So draw the BL line at an angle psi. So we know this is psi angle. If there is any 90 degrees, so it should not be in 90 degrees. So whether the psi angle is in 30 degrees, 60 degrees, whatever, 45 degrees, 20 degrees, and any 50 degrees, like that. So how much it will be there? So the value. So take the protractor and draw a BL line at an angle psi. Draw a BL line at an angle psi from point to B and from point to B. Okay. Now from point to B I have kept a protractor. So what is the psi angle means I have measured such an angle, psi angle. I am drawing the psi angle. Now I am drawing the psi angle. Okay. Okay, so this angle is, so this line is named as L point. This line is earth pressure line, where psi equals to beta minus delta. Earth pressure line. Earth pressure line, where PA. So which is these two pressures are equal. Okay, next in third point, and draw a semicircle at a diameter BD. So take the diameter BD. Okay, take the diameter here BD. Take the diameter BD. So we have to draw the semicircle. So measure here. Nothing but 9.6. Okay, 9.6. Then we have to take the radius point. So we have to take the radius point. For 9.6 we get so 4.8. Okay, 4.8. 4.8. Okay, then mark here 4.8. Okay, then draw the semicircle. Okay, draw the semicircle. So in third point I have mentioned, no, draw the semicircle at a BD diameter. Okay, so our diameter got so diameter got diameter got 9 point something. How much our distance? Diameter 9.6. Okay, 9.6. So radius r equals to 4.8. So with the 4.8 I have drawn a semicircle. Okay, next fourth point. So here first point, second point, third point is completed. Next fourth point means, so draw a parallel line. So draw a parallel line, so which is BL equals to AH. Okay, so this is the BL, no. So by taking this BL line we have to draw the parallel line. So where the parallel line means which should be intersects on AD. Okay, so BD, so it should be touched from angle AH. So here it was intersecting, so draw a parallel line. Okay, so this is the H point. Okay, this is the H point. This is the H point. Okay, so draw a parallel line where BL equals to AH. So which this parallel line intersects on BD line, BD plane. Okay, next. So next fourth point is completed. Next fifth point, from point H. Okay, from point H draw a perpendicular line which intersects on semicircle. Okay, this is the semicircle, no. So we have to draw the perpendicular line from H point. Draw the perpendicular line. Okay, so keep this point here. So whether it is in the perpendicular line, we from point H draw the perpendicular line. The line it should be intersects on this semicircle. Okay, semicircle. Okay, so this point as M. This point as M. Okay, next fifth point also completed. Next sixth point. Now center at B. Now keep the rounder center at B and radius as M. Radius as M. Okay, now center at B, radius as M. Draw an arc where it should be intersects on BD line. Okay, so draw an arc, it should be intersects on BD line. So this is BD line, no, so it should be intersects on BD line. So name the point as E. So name the point as E. Okay, so next again draw a parallel line where BD equals to EF. Okay, so this is the E point, no, so we have to again draw the parallel line where BL, sorry not BD, this is one BL. So this is one BL. So we have to draw the parallel line BL equals to EH. So here is the E. So where we need to H means F means the F point should be intersects on this inclined line. Okay, sixth point is completed. Next again draw a parallel line BL equals to EF. Okay, so this is the point, then join the line. Okay, so this is the point as F. This is the point as F. Okay, so draw draw a parallel line where BL is equals to EF. BL is equals to EF. Okay, so next, so name the point as F. Okay, and next last but one point is eighth one. Again take center at E. Okay, now again I am taking center at E, radius as F. So radius as F. Okay, I will show you clarity. Now again take center at E and radius as F, radius of F. Draw an arc which intersects on BD line. So this is the BD line now, so we have to draw the arc. So now I am keeping center at E point. Next taken the radius of FE point. I am drawing an arc on BD line. So this is the point named as N. This is the point named as N. So draw the line. Okay, so we get this. So here 90 degrees, x is the distance. Next NE is the length. So this is the maximum sliding wedge area. So this is the maximum sliding wedge area. Then where the critical plane is developing means here join the BF line. This is the BF line. No? So join this BF line. Okay, so here so this point is, so NEF is maximum, I have mentioned here, see, maximum critical, maximum sliding wedge, okay. So here the point BF is, BF is critical failure plane. Okay, so totally we have completed 8th point. So finally join a line BF, we get the critical failure plane. So this is line, this line is the critical failure plane. Okay, so this is the maximum sliding wedge. So this is the, that means in this area when the load is applying on this soil surface, so in the sliding wedge, so this is the area, that means it was developing, so maximum failure is occurring in this area. So to finding this area, so Rebans have given this graphical presentation. So that's it. So by taking this area, where this area triangle NEF, he find out PA equals to gamma into area of NEF. Okay, what is in this NEF? It is in the triangular form. So what is the triangle? So half into L into H. So where PA equals to gamma into half into L means nothing but NE. Next H means nothing but a small x. Okay, so now he wants to determine this N equation. So to determining this length and height of this equation, the total derivation it takes, so the total derivation it takes total 5 pages. So no need to derive here. So because why means, so in last condition only he has taken the reference of the, so Rebans has taken the reference of the Coulomb's wedge theory. So while derivating in his manner, the formula also came like this only. So where he has told the formula of PA at Coulomb's wedge theory is equals to Rebans theory. Okay, the formula of Coulomb's wedge theory is equals to Rebans theory. Okay, so this is the Rebans theory. So this is the Rebans theory of earth pressure by graphical presentation. So this is the matter. Okay, thank you.